Hi sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button, turn on the notification so you get notified each time I upload, and please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I am saying a very big shout out to every one of you for all the love and support you all give me here. I am truly grateful. Thank you all so much. So today we're talking something really very important, and it's about this black man, Bernard. He actually came all out for white people and while defending minority groups and all that. And this video is really very educative. Like, I do not want to even get into the telling you what started the whole thing, and how you just have to, like, find out yourself. And he said when you F around and you find out. So they actually did F around and they found out. And you know what, the truth is that most of these white people do, they think that some things are not going to affect them, especially when it comes to the choice of the leadership they make and all that. It's the Republicans. Yes, you heard me right. For them, everything is okay as long as it is not affecting them. But when it is affecting them, that is when they start screaming. You know what? Stay good to the screen. Let me roll this clip. We'll come back to absolutely talk about it. Let me know what you all think in the comments section. And right away, I am rolling the clip.
This is why you should always think about the consequences before you take action. So a friend of mine called me this morning. He owns a construction company here in Florida. And he was asking me if I was looking for some extra work. And I'm like, nah. Because I did that part in my life. I did all that construction, that concrete finishing, all the lawn maintenance. I did that heavy labor for a long time. I ain't trying to do it again. But I was like, nah, I don't need no work. Why are you asking? And he proceeds to tell me that all his workers stopped showing up this week. And I'm like, what you mean they stopped showing up? He said they just not coming. Now, I know, the majority of his labor is immigrants, it's Latinos and Spanish people. And I'm like, well, what would make them just, get up and leave for no reason? And, he proceeds to tell me, because I don't pay attention, to politics that much. He proceeds to tell me where there's a new bill that's passed here in Florida that severely punishes any undocumented immigrants, any undocumented migrants. And I'm like, oh, how serious? And he proceeds to tell me, like, felony serious. I'm like, oh. So them boys done got up out of here because ain't nobody trying to catch no felony. So he's like, well, what am I going to do? I'm like, well, isn't that, the people you voted for are the ones in charge that passed this bill. So I don't think you thought about the consequences of your actions before you took the necessary steps to vote for these people and anybody else that voted for these people. Because I don't know if you realize here in Florida, all that hard manual labor, working on those the farms out there, the strawberry farms and the orange groves, building these roads, construction, like all that work, we wasn't doing it. Quote unquote U.S. Citizens wasn't doing it. We wasn't out here doing all that work. That was a bunch of migrant workers, documented and undocumented. So obviously, if you proceed to target them and punish them, they gonna get up out of here. And now y'all seeing, like, if you walk past certain construction sites, if you go past certain places, these people ain't there no more. That's what I'm saying. You didn't think about the consequences of your action. But it's all right. And all these people you thought was going to return to the workforce, ain't nobody trying to do them jobs. Ain't nobody trying to be out here in the sun on no roof. But hey, that's what happens when you F around and find out. So I told him, hope you figure it out, bro. This won't be me. These roads, construction, like all that work, we wasn't doing it.
So this is literally what that movie, A Day Without a Mexican, that I watched about 20 years ago, is playing out in real life right now. You guys need to watch that movie if you can find it. I mean, it talks about what happens when you get rid of all of these undocumented immigrants. In this movie, it was Mexicans. And things fall apart, literally. That farm work, people who are harvesting all that fruit, tending to all that fruit, and taking it to the grocery stores. There will be no food at the grocery stores. The construction on the highways, okay? Cars will no longer be able to drive on the highways because construction will stop. Housing construction. People will no longer have access to housing because construction will stop. Nannying, house help, cleaning, okay? People's houses, hotels, buildings will be in disarray because of that. I mean, it takes a certain level of hate to not realize the good that these people do.
Because ain't nobody trying to catch no felony. So he's like, well, what am I going to do?
And this is what I meant when I made the whole TikTok about that bill. Shout out to Bernard. I actually found your account when I was recruit here in Orange County for firefighter. So from a certified firefighter to a qualified firefighter, I have nothing but respect for you. And if you don't know, Bernard talks about the bill on how one of his friends, a whole bunch of workers, did not show up because they were undocumented and they're scared of deportation. And here's a news article about it, that a lot of people are not showing up to work. So guess what? A lot of people and businesses are screwed, which is what I was saying. There's a lot of construction and a lot of things going on in Florida that work base is not going to be replaced. So for all you people on that video I made saying they were taking our jobs, we get our jobs back, well, they're there. Go get them. Because right now, if you're not going to fill it up because you wanted that job and you don't sit your butt outside to do all the things the undocumented immigrants were doing, Florida is screwed.
People you voted for are the ones in charge that passed this bill. So
now go watch that young man's video for context. And I know I've been on here for the longest time talking about this. And black people that look just like me will come on here and say, we don't need no immigrants. I see y'all tagging me in these videos, but I ain't got nothing to say because I'm a whole child of an immigrant. I seen the jobs that my parents did. I know how the system works. I remember one time I went home, right? And I turned down the street. Now, we lived in a really nice area in Miami. Turned down the street and I was like, Mommy, is that Wong? Now, Wong Jean is my uncle, right? And my mom starts laughing. She said, that is him. My uncle was there on that block near my other uncle's house, cutting some trees down. Hot, sweaty, dirty. But he sure enough had those mangoes and coconuts ready for me. Rest in peace, uncle. Anyways, he died of COVID complications August of 2020. Yeah, I think this is a game. This shit that's going on in Florida. I was born in Miami. Raised in Miami. I left Miami when I was 21 years old. And I've been bi-coastal ever since. You see this little black bag right here? Right next to the bag, if you can see, there's a suitcase right there. Everything that's in that bag is going in that suitcase. Because I got clothes in Miami. I'm over here enjoying my 50 cents avocados. Like in Miami, you really don't need to buy avocados. You get what I'm saying? It just depends if you have an avocado tree. However, I see the difference in produce prices in Miami versus Los Angeles. There's jobs openings. You get what I'm saying? In Kissimmee, Orlando, and Miami. Just be ready to pay that Miami rent, though. As a whole child of an immigrant, I never have to be loud about my experiences. You can come on here to try to gaslight me and tell me I'm incorrect. I've lived this for 41 years. And I see how the U.S. government uses immigrants for their political gain. And if you're thinking DeSantis is taking away immigrants because he just don't like them, he's setting up these companies to buy the shit out of Florida. So you better get your money ready so your houses don't get foreclosed on. Pay your mortgage because they coming for your ass. I ain't got shit else to say. Happy Haitian Heritage Month, though.
Here in Florida, and he was asking me if I was looking for some extra work. And I'm like, nah.
And this is what happens when you fuck around and find out. And boy, do I love it. For context, this gentleman right here is a firefighter and a fitness influencer and used to work construction, but not anymore. And it leads me to my next point. Where are the Ron DeSantis supporters lining up to go and work those jobs? Because the last time I checked, all you mofos are typing away on your little keyboards and coming at me and other people criticizing this bill when y'all ain't lining up to go work. Because what's funny is for a group of people that are so upset about, undocumented workers taking jobs, y'all sure have a lot of jobs. It seems like y'all don't want to work it. So this is a friendly reminder that Latinos and undocumented workers are the backbone of Florida's economy. And with this new law, you have no one to blame but Republicans and Ron DeSantis.
This is why you should always think about the consequences before you take action.
So my sister lives in Florida, and I talked to her yesterday and asked her if there were any effects that she's seeing from Senate Bill 1718 that's passed recently that is preventing migrants from working or making it a felony if they're caught working. She says she doesn't see it. She's in the building supply industry. So if you're from Florida and you're seeing anything, please comment below and let me know what you think.
Always think about the consequences before you take action. So a friend of mine called me this morning.
Go check out the rest of that video, but I got a question, bruh. Are you friends with that dude? I got a feeling that you might be friends with him. But you kind of a convenient friend for that guy. It's pathetic that you're a friend with him now. So I know nobody else will tell you, but I will. If you're friends with him, you're okay with some of the shit they follow, and that ain't cool. Choose your friends better.
This is why you should always think about the consequences before you take action.
A friend of mine put it best when we were talking about DeSantis and the bullshittery he's pulling on the immigrants in Florida. And he just laughed and he says, good for them. Good for them. They left their country. You think they ain't gonna leave your state?
I'm like, well, isn't that, the people you voted for are the ones in charge?
Let's just say what everybody's already thinking in general. Florida doesn't give a shit about its illegal immigrants. They don't even give a shit about minorities in general. All they ever care about is that rich white folk money coming in from Daytona Beach, from Miami, from anywhere that you can think of. And then once they're gone, Ron is like, I took your money and you can go hell back to Kansas or wherever the hell you came from. So, let's just keep pretending, all you Republican Floridians out there, let's just keep pretending that drag queens and books are the problem, and it's not just that Republicans have a really out-of-date, out-of-touch reality of things.
All right, so this is all I got from the stitches. And yeah, books and drag queens are not their problem. Now they see who the problem is. And I am sure they are going to face the consequences because they voted them in. Yeah, and I absolutely, Bernard, raised great points, and the stitches was actually very amazing. Thank you all so much for all the support. I love actually how Black people always coming through for other people, and I love it. It's kind of so cool. They're always there to support other minority groups. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.